we have to do situation. We're making wrong decisions, not one player, but many more players. And then you concede a goal. What I said, it was to avoid, same as the first 2 goals. And we started the game very well. We're scoring the goal, we're leading, and then making a mistake that's actually unacceptable. But today we have to accept, we have to learn the lessons and to...
Emotional, a lot of passion, a lot of quality. It doesn't get much better than that after the derby away to come here against this team and play the way we played against the performance that we had all over the game, and especially in the second half, it was incredible. And to win it in that way, it just makes it even better.
What brought you the win?
I think mentally and emotionally we were really composed, but really determined at the same time. And we managed those moments in the game really well. We never panicked. We kept believing. We kept doing the same things, even better than before. And we always believed that at the end we could win it.
Well, you can see a really thrilled Mikel Arteta and a slightly frustrated Ten Hag in the Manchester United dugout. Did it look to me like 2 teams were clearly going in the right direction, but that Arsenal are further along that road, understandably, because Arteta's been in charge for longer than Manchester United are?
I think so. I think when you look at, obviously, both teams have both been playing well. Man United, I thought they played well today. I think what's important as well, when you've got your top players firing, Marcus Rashford last few weeks, the goals that he scored, he's been consistent. It looks like the old Marcus Rashford that we used to seeing before, which is always important when you've got your forward men firing. But, from an Arsenal point of view, the intensity that they play at, the young players in the team, the energy levels, they're always on the front foot. They start games really fast. And you always fancy them to score. And they seem to, not just the players, the whole place. Obviously, the manager kicks every ball on the side. The fans, the stadium was rocking. And they seem to be in a really good place at the minute.
Yeah. It was a terrific game, wasn't it?
Great.
It was everything that we love about the Premier League. Both teams, Arsenal 1 down, 2 on up. Manchester United pegged them back, but they're both trying to win it as well. No one's settling, particularly not Arsenal.
No, not at
settling
all.
for a point.
No,
they're really going for it to the end.
Both managers wanted all 3 points. They actually went for it. Energy was good. The pace of the game was relentless all the way through to 94, 95 minutes. Arteta's loving this, by the way. You know what I mean? And what I like about Arteta is he's excited by it. He's not complacent. He's always on his players about the energy and basics and stuff like that. And the game itself was just how I expected Arsenal Man United to be.
And the atmosphere is really good. And you can tell that. And it's the same across the Premier League with teams who are on the way up. That's when you can sense the atmosphere is best, isn't it? When you can sense that the fans are going, oh, something's happening here and we quite want to be a part of it.
Yeah, because you don't get that complacency where, OK, we've won. And it's almost like, and it's human nature. It happens with players where you've won, all of a sudden, you have to find that again. And the top players are the ones that, you think about the best players in the world over the last 20 years, the ones that are consistent, can do it year in, year out. It's no different to teams in that. But it was a fantastic game in that, but the stadium was just rocking today. And that does so much for players.
Yeah, it does.
But they had to come from behind. Marcus Rashford, he's playing as well as he's played for some time, isn't he? He really is.
Yeah, I think
the quality of this goal underlines that.
Yeah, I think Marcus is playing the game how we want him to play it and how we've seen flashes of it over the years. But now, things like this and that kind of finish, JD, is amazing, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
He seems to have this presence about him now. The goal there, that's out of nothing. The skill and the finish, and you look at his body shape over the ball. For any young player watching now, he strikes there, and the technique and the consistency, scoring in every game, and you can see the way he's playing, that sort of he's so explosive, and he believes that can score in every game. It's just brilliant to see.
And the players he's playing against now are having to change their game because he's on his game. So they're now fearing him, so it takes a bit away from the defender who he's playing against, because he's now got the upper hand, because they're thinking, what's he going to do?
What's he going to do?
Eddie Nketiah, we'll see, scores 2 of the goals. What has changed in his game from what you've seen that at the moment makes him more than a good substitute for Gabriel Jesus?
I think for him, for a young player to come into a team when there's obviously a lot of pressure and obviously people, because you see things as players, can he come into the team? You get an injury from a top player, can he come into the team and fill the boots and score the goals? But I remember watching him last season against West Ham away from home, and he didn't score, but just the whole performance, the ball come up to him, it's stuck, brought people into play, his movement, really sharp, strong. you know, it's a good finisher. When he gets chances, he scores. But like, he's someone that's really impressed me. Really, really good player.
As centre forwards, and I don't think Eddie's got better or he was worse when he wasn't playing. He's just got time now. He's just got time over the white line. He's playing in the first team. As a centre forward, if you get your time in the first team, your confidence builds. You nick a couple of goals. This is now
in a
natural.
game like this to score.
Yeah, but
he played really well at Tottenham, but he didn't score.
Yeah.
And that's surely it's got to be really significant that you play well in a big game and you do score.
Yeah. And because he's just doing what he does naturally at the moment, and he's getting his goals because he's getting starts. He's always had this. Yeah. He just hasn't really had the game time, and I'm pleased for him. I really am.
Yeah.
Wan-Bissaka played very well against Martinelli one-on-one, didn't he?
Yeah.
Because he's very good defensive in that.
That's his game, yeah.
But that bit of his defending, Erik Ten Hag will be really unhappy with, because that's... I mean, you said this to me. I've learned lots from Dion over the years, Jermaine.
Yeah.
And we all know about, if you can see the number of the defender...
That's where Dion would have been at the back post.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, once you can see the number, then it's... I mean, it's... That split... games are like... It's key moments in games. And you can see here, he doesn't even really skate, doesn't look here. It's too late. It's too late, you know. You have to sense the danger. Yeah. I'm a centre forward. Like, I've never been in that position before. But you have to sense the danger. You know, like the ball's gone wide. You have to see, because initially he sees him.
Yeah, he does.
And then all of a sudden he's watching the ball, and then just he doesn't get across.
And when we say, just to explain, when we say if you can see the defender's number, that means that he's got his back to you. So he doesn't know where you are. Yeah. So that's basically what it means. If he sees somebody's number, then he's got no idea where you are.
And in a split second, you, the attacker,
and then you're in charge, because you can go left or right. He's got no idea where you are.
Bukayo Saka's now scored against Manchester United 3 games in a row. He had a really good World Cup, didn't he? Played very well for England in Qatar, and he's just carried on this form now for Arsenal.
What he does really well is he slows defenders down, and then now, so you can see here he's in full control, and he's got that sharpness over 2 or 3 yards, where he gets away from people and then he gets his shots off really quick. But I just feel like when you play against players like that, Luke Shaw's got to do better for me. This is Eriksen here. You could say get a little bit tighter and stop the shot, but it's easy watching from here. When you've got players that are that sharp over 2 or 3 yards, it's difficult to stop.
It's the slowing down. I never had that. Yeah. I never had that. I never had that.
It was the speeding up that was the problem.
I never had that change of pace. Yeah. What do you do? Slow down, and then you've got to go quick. And you've got to be as quick as the Saka, and there's not many that are. Open his body out and just put it into the corner. Let's get it right. It's a half a yard from,
it is, isn't it?
From the post.
And it's like Rashford, 2 England internationals, real pace that they're shooting at from 20, 25 yards. And these are international goalkeepers, but we can't criticise them.
That's a fantastic thing. That's in the side netting. I don't think any goalkeeper saving that, to be honest. But like I said before, I mean, he's so sharp, and once you slow a defender down, slow his feet down, and you can change speed like that, it's difficult to stop.
Yeah, the life of a goalkeeper. So Ramsdale makes a terrific save to keep it 2-1 from Rashford. It's taken a deflection. Then Manchester United, a few moments later, get a corner, and Ramsdale look at this and think, this is goalkeeping error, really, is it? Or certainly goalkeeping contributing towards it.
Yeah, I think there's a lot wrong with this. Look at the players in and around Ramsdale. Comes out into his own players. Yeah. So communication's wrong. If he's shouting keepers, his players would have got out the way. Yeah. If they're shouting, I'm going to clear this, then he should have got out the way. Yeah. So the communication's wrong. Odegaard there, he's got an opponent diving in to head the ball to just kick the ball. Kick something. Yeah. Defend it. I think Ramsdale there will look at that tonight and he'll go, right.
Should have left it to the defenders.
I should have left it to the defenders.
I think he should have punched it.
Or I should have punched it.
Or should have punched it.
I think if you're not sure, then I think maybe he probably thinks, watching it back, I should have just punched it.
And JD will tell you the same thing. If we are in there and a goalkeeper of our era is coming to get that, you hear keepers, you are getting out the way.
You're getting out the way.
So I'm thinking to myself, Ramsdale's not called.
No.
So if you call, your teammates know. And there should be players all over the floor. He should have just knocked over players.
I used to stand on the goalkeeper corners. I would try and stop the keeper from coming. But 9 times out of 10, you're getting pushed out of the way. Hey, that area is a goalkeeper.
I think one of the things that pleased Mikel Arteta most of all was that the Arsenal players, despite the fact it 2-2, still went for the win, and the crowd was still behind them for the win. There wasn't any of that sort of, oh, it's 2-2, OK, that's not a bad point, because Nketiah had a good shot, very well saved, and then they fashion a winner right at the death.
Yeah, but you look at teams over the years that have gone on to win championships, that always believe that they can score. Nothing changes. Do you concede? OK, don't panic. Continue to play, and eventually we'll create a chance, whether that's the last minute And then when a chance comes, hopefully you take it and that. But their chance comes, hopefully you take it and that. But they just have that.
And what about the way that he fashioned the goal as well? Because just get it in anyhow, off anything.
Eddie.
Just improvise. Just in
Yep.
and it makes it look really easy. That's not an easy finish. You see here, comes, just improvise like, it's brilliant.
It is. It's so difficult
He's
to
just
do
sort of
that.
diverted it in almost with his shin, it seems.
And he has to put the perfect amount of touch on it.
Touch on it,
If
yeah.
he punches too much on it, it's going to go over or wide.
Yeah.
Not enough, it's going to go wide of him.
Or the goalkeeper gets it.
So they get it right. What I like about Arsenal at the moment, they've got brave players. They've got players that are very brave. Zinchenko with minutes to go down the left-hand side. You know, Saka's being overlapped. Just very, very brave. So with a brave manager, they look good.
VAR checked, obviously, Zinchenko was onside.
Yeah.
They checked Nketiah was onside. How big has this been a week for Arsenal to win at Tottenham and then to beat Manchester United in that manner?
Yeah, of course, because, you know, especially with Man City, chasing, fantastic like Man City, the goals that they score, and they knew it's pressure, but it's the pressure that you're gonna have when you're top of the league and you've got a team like Man City chasing you. You know that you have to perform and you have to win games. It's as simple as that.
Not like being chased by anybody, is it? You've been chased by
No,
the
and that's
best
the thing.
team of the
That's
last 5 years.
I think if Arsenal were being chased in by United or Chelsea or Tottenham, it doesn't matter. Being chased by City, because they're not going to go away. They're always going to be right behind you. You're looking over your shoulder. City are still coming. They're still scoring goals. Haaland's still banging in hat-trick.
You can hear them,
and you know
smell
they're coming.
them.
Absolutely.
Not
So
going anywhere.
you've got to be on your game all the time. So this is a test for Arsenal.
OK, talking of Manchester City, they're in